talking about my song ASMR. Welcome everybody. I am the one that they call Shadow. Back again with another episode of Shadowcast. We're going to talk about magic today. We're going to talk about the magic of song making today. So I made this song last year called ASMR, right? And I'm sure you're familiar with the acronym, right? So you see a lot of women on YouTube and different social media platforms doing the ASMR sound effects, right? They'll like take some chips and crunch them and have a really sensitive microphone, and you hear the crunch sound, or you hear her, or you hear them whispering really low and barely audible, but the mic is real hot so you can hear it. Or some people, they'll do ASMR of nature, like the waterfall, like the water or the raindrops or the ocean, or even love making, which is what I was going for. When I did ASMR, I was like, I want to make a song that sounds like passion, right? Like the sound of passion. So let's talk about the track, right? So it's an all instrumental track, except for the bridge section. There's a part of the bridge that we'll talk about later, but let me walk you into the creation of the song. So the track for ASMR was originally produced for another Latin project that I was working on with a Peruvian artist. I was working on a song with her. Her name is Mi Retratito. And at the time, I had another teammate on my team for this artist competition called Tez Toes, right? And so our mascot was King Cheetahs. And it was Mi Retratito's idea to do a song that was inspired by the sexual, sensual Peruvian dance called the Londo, right? So she gave me all these videos and articles about what it is to do the Londo and what it means. And so the Londo is this slow, sensual, sexual Afro-Peruvian dance that was invented by the Afro-Peruvian cultures of the region in Peru. And it's very sexy and sensual, you know, the same way you see the bachata or the tango or salsa dancing really slow. You got both the man and the woman really tight and just kind of gyrating, right? So almost like twerking. It's like Londo is like the woman, she has this dress and she hikes the dress up and kind of almost twerking, right? But real sexy and sensual, right? And the guys are you know, thrusting their pelvic floor like they fucking in the air, like they air fucking, right? But it's like real ethnical and cultural. And so me gives me the framework of like how the music should make us feel, because we had to also create a piece of art, a piece of visual art to go with the piece, right? And so I spent all this time just kind of diving deep into how it feels to be, you know, in that sensual moment when you have your lover close, right? And you guys are dancing real slow, right? And usually what follows after that is love making or fucking or sex, you know, passion. But we kind of want to grind into it real slow, take our time to build up to the tension, right? So that's the vibe that I was going for. And so what ended up happening, long story short, we didn't use the track that I produced for that particular piece. We used a different track and it was more traditional sounding, like a real Londo with the bass and the different timbales and congas and bongos, right? Now, when you listen to ASMR, the one that I produced, all those instruments are still in there, but the thing that I did, I put my American flair to it, so it sounded more like the Latin vibe of the Londo mixed with R&B. And so long story short, we did not use the track that I produced, but I ended up using it for my song ASMR. Since they didn't use the production, I said, well, fuck it, I'll just use it. I use it for myself, right? I use the track for my own personal artistic expression. And I chose to stay in the vein of that dark, sexy, sensual vibe that you get when you dance with your lover, real slow, before y'all get into the bedroom and y'all, wherever y'all go to make love, get into the love making, get into the sex or fucking, whatever you like to call it, right? So I'm diving deep into that vibe. And so, and I still carried over a lot of emotions from the other project that we worked on, because it was a lot of things happening in my life at that time. I was actually on my way to Peru. I had scheduled a retreat to actually travel to Peru after we finished the song, right? So I was in the process of making the song that was inspired by Afro-Peruvian culture, and my life had twisted and turned in such a way that I was actually going to go visit Peru after I made the song. And so it was a magical time. Everything was going so perfect. All the synchronicities of life was just inspiring me to create this art, man. So when I finally got around to recording the song, I didn't even record it in Dallas. I traveled to Houston. Texas. And I went to a recording studio in that area because I wanted to go see a friend. Then on top of that, I wanted to go record in a different vibe because I had to get outside of Dallas because I wasn't feeling the Dallas vibe. So I traveled to Houston, and it was a recording studio called Sacred Stone Recording Studio where I recorded the record. And there's photo documentation on my Instagram when I was over there in Houston. I had the same shirt on when I went to the studio to record it, by the way. And I had a photographer with me. And we really just documented the moment. I wish I could have had a videographer. The next time I go to the studio here in Thailand, I'm gonna have a videographer with me, and we're gonna capture video of the creation process and chop it up and make it look dope. But I was in such a high vibe during that time when I went, and I had someone coaching me through the whole manifestation process, and it was such a high. I was in such a state, in a state of love and passion and desire. All these feelings was all bubbled up. So you hear that in the track, and I didn't even have a clear idea of how I wanted to flow. I knew I just wanted to make it an instrumental, so I did saxophone only. And I remember when I was in the studio, kind of, playing around the key for how I wanted the song to be. I'm in the studio with Quincy, right? Quincy is the engineer. What's up, Quincy? And the photographer that was with me was a sister. She's a professional photographer, and she was in the studio with us taking pictures and stuff. And I remember watching them. I watched her and I watched Quincy when I was going through the licks, right? And I was looking for the perfect feeling, but at the same time, I didn't want to play too much, like too busy. I wanted it to be sensual and sexual, and just I didn't want the notes to get in the way too much. So I channeled David Sanborn. I love David Sanborn. May he rest in peace, because he just recently passed. David Sanborn is an awesome alto player that had a bunch of dope-ass records, and he didn't sound like nobody else. He was always so forceful and powerful with the saxophone lines that he played. And they were really deliberate, right? Really just straight, not a whole lot of fluff around the notes, just like, this is where I want to go with this note. And so I channeled David Sanborn when I played, and you know, it's a Latin groove, so it's like boom, do 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 do. So it's a Latin vibe, and David Sanborn is known for playing on a lot of like Latin grooves, right? And he kills it. And so I was like, I need to feel like that, and it just makes you want to just, I don't know, like hug on somebody. You know what I'm saying? You get into the vibe, right? So when I came in with that first line, the one that you hear on the actual recording of ASMR, when I hit it right, the female photographer, you know, she started like vibing, and that's what I knew. And then Quincy is just like, yep, that's it, that's the one. And it's just so simple and smooth, and I just take my time with it. The same way I would take my time with my shorty. Like if I want to make sure that she climax, I want to make sure that she splash down there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the waterfalls, the ocean flow. I'm gonna take my time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tease it. I'm gonna back up off of it. I'm gonna touch it some more. And then I'm gonna tease her some more. Then I'm gonna back up off of it. And then I'm gonna take my time. And I would just let it ride for a minute and have some space. You know what I'm saying? Let her cool down for a little bit. Then I'll hit it again and build her back up. That's how I played. And I'm just taking my time. Being Dana. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing on Dana. You know, she's singing, doing her thing. And we just locked in. I think this is the first recording session I did, I believe, where I finally got Dana fixed, because she's like, there was some stuff going on with her, and I finally got her repaired. And it sounded so good, right? So I'm playing, and then in the middle of the break and then the solo section, we put in some rain effects, right? Like it's a thunderstorm outside, right? And I say a line, I say, hey, you like that, baby? You know what I'm saying? And you hear the breathing in the background from the two lovers doing their thing, right? Breathing hard. And you just kind of chill and just let the sound of the raindrops fill your ears up in the track. And then space and the beat just goes by itself with nothing playing, and then boom, solo. And I just take my time with it. And I play the solo so soft and like do-do-do. And so the solo, the way I hit the notes, it's like I imagine like a shorty from the DR or somewhere like that dancing real slow to it. That's what I want to see, like she dancing real slow to it while I'm playing. Or we dancing together while the music is playing, and just taking our time and moving real slow and building up a whole lot of tension and building up a whole lot of pressure before she busts, before we bust. You know what I'm saying? That's ASMR, the sounds of passion, right? So it's a really good song. If you haven't heard it, you should go check it out. And so when I recorded that song in Houston, it was really special for me to come back to Houston in this past July, right? So I recorded it in like October, November time frame, released it around that same time frame. And then I got to do the debut performance of ASMR live in Houston, the same place I recorded it at. And the people loved it. The crowd was feeling it, man. they felt it, because I started off with a high energy tune, then kind of a mid tempo tune, then I hit ASMR, then I did like 2 more, and then that was my set. But they was feeling it. The shorties in the crowd, the shorties in the audience was like, yeah, they was dancing. I had that effect on them. So I know it's potent. And that's just like the beginning. That's just the beginning of the onslaught that's coming. So there's gonna be a whole lot more recordings like that coming real soon, where I'm just playing sax, and I'm just gonna give y'all a dope ass album. I got 2 albums in the kitchen right now, plus a bunch of singles, and it's gonna be a lot of that. It's gonna be, I'm all over the place. I'm playing just saxophone on one track, then another track I'm flowing, then another track it's gonna be sax and flowing, then another track gonna have cameo appearances by featured artists, guest artists. It's gonna be a dope album. 2 of them, 2 albums. 2 albums. I'm working in the kitchen for y'all right now. So I know y'all guys wanna hear those, right? I know you guys are starving for some new music, but don't worry, it's coming. I got y'all. Leave a message in the comments if y'all want to hear some more music from me. Tell me what you think about ASMR when you go listen to the track, and I'll be very interested to hear what you think. So yeah, that's been another episode of Shadowcast. If you need me to come on your song, if you need me to feature on your song, turn your song all the way up. I have a service available. I have an offer available where I come in, I'll do saxophone on your track, I'll do vocals on your track, I'll help you write it. You know what I'm saying? If you need help with the production, I'll help you do that. Also, I'll help you promote your song when you release it on all the streaming platforms. So we win together. If you would like that, for me to come and feature on your song, link in the description. Also, if you would like to buy music from me directly, so you don't have to worry about depending on a streaming platform, you can download it directly to your device. Download my music directly to your device. I have a digital album bundle that you can purchase for only $10. Link is in the description. And then finally, if you would like to join my fan club, my community, I call it Shadow Riders Army, and my fans are Shadow Riders. If you would like to join us, take part in private live streams, live events, backstage stuff, meet and greets, all type of cool shit. Discounts on merch, plus be a part of a family of outcasts, black sheep, lone wolves, elevated, gifted human beings, right? Join the Shadow Riders Army. Link is in the description. It's a monthly subscription. Less than a cup of coffee, you can join Shadow Riders Army. Link in the description. All right, guys, this has been another Shadowcast. I am the one they call Shadow, leader of the Shadow Riders Army. Back at it once again with another Shadowcast. This has been another episode of Shadowcast. Signing out. Peace.